Hold on, let me push this up because I don't want to forget. Bam. I'm sorry. How about that? Apologies to the fandom. Because you weren't the only one that I told, because a bunch of people are checking in on me and like, how's it going? How far did you get? And I'm like, bruh, my eyes starting to feel it, brother. They're starting to pull, Tony. Season one, for the record, I am now 3 episodes into season three. Or
Okay, so you finished book 2 already.
yes,
Oh,
in the
you
book.
in?
It's
You in here? You in there
literally
now,
in the
boy?
books. Literally in the books. And so let me just really quickly, because I asked you last week.
Mm-hmm.
I was season 2, episode 4 last week,
Yeah,
and
you was like,
I I was feeling it was a little dry for me, right? I told you the way that I describe it to you is I felt like I would have enjoyed this more had I saw this as a kid, because it was very just a lot, things were just kind of happening. You got to see the personalities, you got to see how things meshed. I understood everything was going on. And when I spoke to you last week, it was episode 4 of season 2. I did not realize that my life was going to change at season 2, episode 5. I didn't know. Because by the time I got to you, I was like, where?
asked you asked if Toph was coming, and when you said where you were, I'm like, if she's not there yet, you are
She
damn
was episode.
close.
She was episode 6, but episode 5 before we got to Toph kind of started picking up speed. So when we got to Toph in episode 6, which I texted you this, and I'm going to say for the record, for everybody out there who was showing their avatar support, it was really hoping that I would jump on this bandwagon. Everyone collectively told me the same shit. Wait till Toph shows up. It's going to change the game. Okay, fine. So I'm eagerly anticipating Toph. Nobody told me that she debuts on the show at a professional wrestling event, complete with her being the world's champion with the title belt, taking on the great and mighty Boulder.
The
The,
boulder.
Bo- the Boulder feels conflicted finding a young girl with no vision. Then she said, the Boulder no longer has such conflictions. That's it. I'm about to bust your whole ass right now, bitch. And then toward the end of the episode, where she takes on all the wrestlers all at once, there was a luchador in there.
Mm-hmm.
This was 100% a professional run. They had a belt. Sokka
Yep.
had that bitch right here on his shoulder. He's world's champ right here. He got the belt on his shoulder.
Yep.
Thanking the good Lord he bought that satchel when he did. It's perfect for the belt to make sure it stays in pristine. Deal. The whole time I'm watching the show, they were building up the characters. So I'm glad I took the ride, because now that all 4 of them together,
Yep.
I can kind of see the
It's important.
dynamic at play.
Mm-hmm.
But am I outrageous in saying that? Remember, this is the first time I'm seeing it, guys. Am I outrageous in saying this? I have 2 things that I would like to bring to the table as questions. I'm not killing it. I'm not saying it's bad. I think I just need a little bit more feedback. I know that the Avatar has to master the 4 techniques in order to properly defeat the Fire Lord.
Mm.
I understand that. I knew that coming in. What I'm confused about, this is the first thing I'm going to mention.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really take him long to learn the techniques. It's almost as if the minute he just kind of starts, he just kind of gets it. The earth bending took him a little longer, but that's because Toph is verbally abusing this motherfucker.
Well, I think it's his
But
opposite element as well. He has the
yeah,
trouble with Earth because he's an
yeah,
airbender.
he's an airbender by nature, right? So like for instance, him and Katara were both looking for a teacher. That's why they went to the north to find someone to teach them the proper forms of waterbending. Katara kind of had a natural ability, but she wanted to be taught properly. She goes there. They were there, I don't know, a day. she oversaw some techniques, and all of a sudden, she's the most badass waterbender on planet Earth. I was like, what the fuck is all this? She learned a few tricks.
It wasn't that fast.
Freezing people, and she's got spikes, and there's all kinds of. She's creating like a water shield.
She's practicing.
She took Zuko on the first fight. She learned these techniques yesterday, and she fucked Zuko up like the next day. I was like, holy shit. Naturals, I guess.
Yeah, but but now we're starting to get into storytelling here because that makes sense. Because Zuko, as good as he is, he
overconfident, overbearing. Yeah,
not even just that. He just kind of always holds back. You know what I mean? He's like never fully committed to being a complete asshole, which is to me like Zuko never really fought at his highest potential because even as a kid he was reserved. You know what I mean? Like he wanted to be a nicer person. He always had it in him to be a nicer person. So to me, Zuko takes a lot of L's, but I think that's because again he's so conflicted with being the Fire Lord eventually, or being someone who doesn't want to cause that much trouble. So it does make sense. It makes Katara look a lot more. Makes her look a lot better than what she is. But even where she is now, the cool thing is she gets fucking crazier later. So although it scales, it's not like she's peak, because that would be annoying. If she hit this and now all of a sudden she's this badass, then that is annoying. I would agree. But knowing that she gets even crazier later means, okay, she's scaling at an appropriate rate. But obviously you don't see that because you're just watching what's happening in front of you.
Your Zuko explanation, had you told me right when I saw that episode, I'd have been like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. Now that I know the family history, now that I saw the episode of him and his mom and Azula when they were kids, how Azula's more like the dad and he's more like the mom, and he's a little bit more on the timid side. I mean, he puts up a great front, but for the
he can go.
He's got hands for sure. It's just a matter of wanting to dish out. As far as him not committing to be an asshole, I did see the season finale of 2. Right now, currently, where I'm at in season 3, he's in full asshole mode to me. How dare you betray the great uncle?
He's coping.
How dare you?
He's coping. He's just laughing out. He's hurt. He's hurt inside. He's hurt inside. This isn't him. This isn't him. No. You'll see. You'll get the full
we're getting there. We're getting there. The second problem that I had, and again, it's not. I'm not killing it. I just want a little bit more discourse.
Real quick, to your point of the first comment, because I mentioned Katara, but I'm talking about Aang and him learning the elements really quickly. He does pick them up pretty well for 2 reasons. One, he's not a kid. Well, he is a kid, I guess. And body, I don't really know how I'm trying to explain this.
He's 100 years technically.
Right. So I don't know what the freezing does to your brain, but he's a little bit wiser or whatever, but he's still a kid. And he is the Avatar, so he will have a natural take on these elements. So if obviously Zuko tried to learn water bending, it'd be a no-go. But he picks it up because although he has never seen the element before or have done it, he has it within him, his ancestors. He has the knowledge. He just has to kind of unlock it. But the cool thing is, too, is he does have access to that, which makes him superior because he has that limit he could break into, which makes him so much stronger than anyone else. But Aang as himself, he does start to get better. There are way better benders individually, like element for element. Even Katara is a way better water bender than Aang.
We're going to get into that because that's my second problem.
Okay, well, there you go.
I spent a season and a half, we'll say, right? But because not even a half, because season 2, episode 6, Toph enters the chat. So we'll say about a season and like a quarter. Well, whatever the fuck, right? I'm watching 3 kids develop their skills, right? Sokka's becoming more of a leader. He's more of the thinker. He starts to plan things a little bit more. Katara's more of the nurturing one, the softer one, but she's a badass when it comes to the combat. She could still bend at a high level. Obviously, Aang is the Avatar. However, I'm getting the vibe from these three. Realistically, it's still kids trying to find their way in the world, right?
Yep.
Toph enters the chat,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking to myself, she is a far superior bender than anybody in this group, and it isn't even fucking close. Not only that, not just the actual bending itself, but because of the blindness, she is sensing shit through the floor. If you're leaning on a wall and she touches the ground, she can hear the heartbeat to tell whether or not you're full of shit or not. Her senses are through the fucking roof. And I said to myself, wow, she is an amazing fucking bender, way beyond her years. She is so far ahead of all three of these people, it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts metal bending. And I went, that is too far. You've gone too far. She's OP.
That was a fire when she fucking cracked through the cage, dude. Oh my goodness.
And then proceeds, by the way, she gets out of the cage. She puts them in the cage. She closes the fucking thing up and proceeds to yell, I am the greatest bender in the goddamn world.
That's
and
right.
You will acknowledge that shit.
She is, dude.
She is far superior in
Did they go into the library yet? I can't remember.
Yes, I saw the library.
She was holding the whole fucking tower by herself.
Holding the whole fucking tower and still fighting off people trying to take Appa. And
dude, this is why she's the greatest.
Handedly held that shit up. And if it wasn't for the fact that these guys were going after Appa and she was splitting her energy and attention, she might have pulled the whole shit out for all we know.
That scene right there is a huge character development for her because that's the first really big L you see her take. She had to choose between her friends or those two, and she held on to the tower, and they had got kidnapped or whatever. So, oh my god, dude, she didn't handle it well. She did feel guilty about that, especially since Aang didn't take it well that they lost Appa in the first place. But no, it's just everything seemed to have been happening so goddamn. It went from this. The descriptions from you were correct. It went from this childlike glee and glamour to the show, and then everything just got matured,
sad,
really
crazy fast,
real shit. Like the closer you get to the end of the show, the more like the reality. Because if you really sit and think about it, the reality is the Fire Nation is coming, right? Like in the background. They are coming and they are going to conquer. This is happening right now. So when you're getting all that whimsical kid shit, this is why I kind of argue with the part. I argue with the if I was younger, I would enjoy it more. And I understand why people would say that, especially that clip you sent me. I get that. But as a kid, I didn't have the ability to sit with that idea of they're kind of like putting the big thing to the back of their mind, and they're trying, like they'll make mention like I need to learn this, I have to learn, like that's the whole purpose of it. But it's like as they develop their character, you do live in this little kiddish, cartoony, whimsical world for a little bit. But as an adult, you can sit there with the ideology of y'all better fucking like this is cute what y'all doing, but in literally like few months everyone's gonna die. Like they're going to conquer so that knowledge in the back, like you don't get that as a kid. So when I watch it as an adult, it's one of those things that's like, yo, y'all stalling, y'all giving me anxiety, you give me anxiety, you need to hurry the fuck up because shit's about to get serious. So
save the world, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it gets only better from here. So yeah, they started getting
Azula is a badass character. Don't get me wrong, she is. But the friends, the acrobat, I forgot her name, and the goth chick, I forgot her name. Bad. I'm more afraid of them than I am Azula because I'm like, yo, they will quietly fuck you up. They're not gonna make a big deal about it.
The cool thing too is that like those are the only really like two people that like I would argue aren't afraid of Azula, and Zula low-key respects them. In
They're
a manner
nasty, yeah.
because they are whatever. So she tries her manipulative game, but like they will fight her if they have to, but they don't need to, so they don't. There are very few people in the show that don't really show a lot of fear or have that like you think they're scared of her, and those are two that will, if they have to fuck her up, would probably be her ass. I'm not gonna hold you. The acrobat more than anyone else. Because if she touches you, it don't matter. It don't matter who it is. If she touches you, you're fucked.
She used that technique on Sokka and it worked. He lost his like limb for a second. He's like, I looked up the names because I don't want to be disrespectful, but Mai, which was the one with the knives, and Ty Lee. Is the acrobat one. And I'm just like, that's the one that I showed you. Is like, my aura's never been pinker. He's like, yeah, I'll take your word for it. I'm like, bruh, what is this? What is happening right now? So season 2 had a crazy finish. Aang takes he wins, he loses. It really is a perspective, but he gets damaged bad, right? And that's kind of how the season ends. When we come back, Aang awakens at a Fire Nation ship, complete with insignia and the fucking the army the gear and all that stuff. Super confused, freaks out, goes to he's looking to get off the boat. When he gets to the boat, everybody he knows and loves is there and waiting for him. Blah, 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 relax. It's all a disguise. Just wait a second. Hold on a second. We'll explain what's going on. And I immediately text you because they did my boy dirty, bro. They did my boy Aang dirty, bro. First of all, I love his face when he's just like, they were like, oh, and your hair. He goes, oh my God, I have hair. He was looking at his hand. He was like, and I'm looking at this. I'm going, Aang, I mean, technically, on paper, you have hair, but they did you dirty, bro. What is this? What's going on? What's going on with that lineup, bro? What's going on with with the look? And you texted back and said, hey, takes a minute. Shit. No. It was like, takes a minute for him to deal with what he's processing, a baldy, right? Like, we can't get to the baldy. I said, baldy? Hold on a second. We got an opportunity here. We got an opportunity. Because I don't know about anybody else out there, but nothing in my experience and in my circle, nothing makes a man feel fresher than a nice, crispy little shape up. I said, Baldy, we got an opportunity. He's got some growth. We just gotta line him up. And you made this joke about the Baldy and all that stuff. And I said, see, I think you're missing the point. You gotta see what it does to a man. Right? You gotta experience what a fresh cut will do to a brother. Now here's Aang in season 3 in the opener, right? You see how sad he is? Look how down he is. He's got a lot on his mind. He's got a lot on his shoulders. He's the avatar. He's got a lot going on. It's supposed to be up to his friend circle right there. You see that lineup right there? He's looking real rough right there. There's some edges there that's not looking so good. So I took the liberty of putting something together to let everybody know how positive it could be to really line that up and really clean that up. And look at this right here. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. He got that crispy fade. Look at that wide up.
Clean, bro.
Clean, bro.
He's smashing Katara tonight, bro. That lineup, she better fuck it. Hey,
listen. My God. With that lineup, Toph better get ready, son. She on deck, son. Everybody on this team is getting it now. Are you kidding me? He can't walk through the Fire Nation bitchless. Look at that. He's all trimmed up, baby.
It's so funny you say that because did you see the scene where they were dressed up as the Fire Nation?
Yes.
They were like dancing and stuff like that. It was spitting to all the girls.
Yeah. And Katara wasn't feeling it.
Hey, but you saw what he did to her though? You saw how he switched it up on her?
Yeah, that's how you bag him, baby. Hey, look, you asked earlier, you don't know what 100 years in ice will do to her brother. I tell you what it doesn't do. It doesn't kill swag.
Listen,
It doesn't kill swag.
I gotta send you the clip of the guy who explains that scene. It's fucking hilarious. I'll send it to you.
Send it to me, yeah.
That shit cracks me up. He's like, yo.
So, long story short, I'm into it. I'm actually kind of sad now that this is the last season of it because I'm like, damn. Because I mean, chronologically, what's after this? Is it the new thing that came out? Is that chronologically?
Yes, movie, not Legend of Korra. That's something different. And you say that you don't like, and it's funny that you say it because it's the one thing that jumped out to me right away. You said that it was kind of annoying how the Avatar. Not that it was annoying, but it was questionable how the Avatar is learning the elements. He seems to be learning them pretty good, pretty quickly. Yeah. When you meet Korra on episode 1, she already knows. If I'm not mistaken, she already knows how to do all of them. I think maybe except for one, I think she has trouble with earth or something, or wind. I think she has trouble with wind.
She has trouble being an airbender.
Yes, she has trouble being she's water. Her main element is water. So she has trouble with wind, but I think she can already bend it. I can't remember. I tried to watch it once, got 2 episodes in, stopped. My wife forced me through a lot of it, and it literally just turns into like a teenage soap opera. I fucking hate it. It's so bad.
Every single person that has told me to watch this animated series told me to watch the movie after,
yes,
and to not watch Legend of Korra. They're like, don't even bother with it. I was like, well, come on, I can't. I don't want to be on the hate train with no knowledge. I want to see.
So here's the thing: I have heard from other people who is committed to it and get pieces of the story, because it's not like they're not related at all, right? There's obviously characters from the Last Airbender to this one. They're older, stuff like that. There is a connection in the story and stuff like that. The problem with it for me is when you were telling me in book 1 and some change of this that you can't, you just, it's getting tough to get through it. I knew I can sit here honestly and tell you, get to 2. Get to book 2. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But if you get to book 2, it will change. I cannot say that for Korra. I went through so many episodes and it just kept getting worse. So bad that like I couldn't stick with the lure, and I can't tell you what's going on there at all. That guy that I'm going to send you that breaks down that scene that I think is hilarious, he goes over some Legend of Korra stuff, which made it interesting for me, but I'm not going back to watch it because I already know I'm not sitting through that shit. No, I'm not. I
already know what it is.
No, but the movie, I want to see the movie for the one that follows this one.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that after I finish this season and tie it all together and see what happens then.
Yeah.
But yeah, good show, good times. I'm ready to go. I'm locked in, brothers. I'm locked in.